Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, April 30th, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. I officially get started in 8 minutes. Between now and then, I'm going to do an audio-visual check, say hello to my friends, take a couple chart requests, then we'll get started. We just had ADP data, and the market is going down on said data, or the market's just going down because we're having a technical break. We're looking for a weekly lower high, and we just lost 4-hour support. And if you look at this is a potential 2-hour head and shoulders that we were forming, and we are breaking bear. 5521.50. I've never thought of that. I say breaking bear or bull so many times a day, but right then I was just thinking breaking bad. We're breaking bad here. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Brian. Salt mine. Very interesting. Hey, Dragon Man. Cameron, Skyper, Mark. Perfect. Thank you, Dragon Man. Top of the morning to you. Salt mine. That's interesting. It's kind of mind-blowing to stop and step back and think where people are listening to you right now and where they're tuning in from. Wherever you are, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hit the like button. I always forget to say that. Hit that like button if you like any of the material. I have a few interesting setups for us this morning. SMCI had news overnight, and it's really dragging on semis. We're down 18% on SMCI. So they forecast earnings per share a third below what the analyst estimate was. So 16 to 17 cents per share versus the 46 cents per share that was estimated, and the guidance of 36 to 53 cents. Preliminary results miss expectations. So it is getting dumped, and the baby is getting thrown out with the bathwater. SMH is gapping down. NVIDIA is gapping down. AMD is gapping down. So semis are the fuel to the market's engine, and with semis being heavy this morning, it is definitely weighing on the market. Another way of saying work. Okay. Montana, Cameron. Oh, yeah, tell me where y'all are from. I've never visited Montana, and it was like the number one wish list when I was a child that I wanted to visit because it just looks so beautiful on maps. And it started with an M, my maiden name, last name. Hey, Tess. Yeah, where are you? I mean, don't tell me your street address or anything. I don't want this to get weird. ARC, I like short today, and it is now breaking yesterday's low. We have a daily inside bar below the daily 200 MA. I like this one short, and we're breaking down. Edmonton, Canada. Never been to Canada. Yeah, let's see if I've been to any of the places where you are. Well, God bless you for working in a mine of any kind, because I am a little too claustrophobic for that, I think. But you do what you have to do, right? Mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. We have more data. So we have PCE and GDP in 3 minutes. GDP will likely impact the market. We have more data at 9:45 and 10 a.m. So lots of data still to come today. Tomorrow, jobless claims. And Friday, we have non-farm payrolls. The hits keep coming. And even more importantly, we have big earnings today after hours and tomorrow after hours. So today after hours, we have Meta. They will be reporting, and I believe Microsoft. Those are the two big ones. Of course, we have other earnings. And then tomorrow after hours, we have Apple and Amazon. So this could be the break before the storm. We'll see what it actually is. Definitely beautiful. Could you tell me the general area, Cameron? Centennial, Colorado, I've been there. Wisconsin, never been there. Hey, Mark, Dallas, I've been there. Love Dallas. Hey, Onik, Lisa, everything's great with my family. My grandson is perfect, of course. Changed my name from Lolo to Honey. Honey was my childhood nickname. I like that. Clemson, South Carolina. Ugh. Success, I love you, but come on, dude, Clemson. I need to see where the first game of the year is. Last year it was in Vegas, and I went to that game when LSU played USC and lost. It was a heartbreaker. I will go over charts. This is my warm-up for my brain and mouth to try to match up before we kick off, and I go through about 25 charts in 25 minutes to get you ready for the trading day. Take a sip of water here. What's going on with the market ahead of GDP? We have not broken this 55.21 yet. 55.21. We have gold weakness overnight and extreme oil weakness continues. We have oil inventory today. Potential 4-hour bear flag on oil. Near Idaho in Canada. I'm in Idaho. All right. Very cool. I want to visit there. I think Bozeman is the general place where people visit if you're from Idaho, but I really would like to see whitefish. All right. We'll get started here. Let's just get started. Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori, I would appreciate it. I won't spam you, I promise. On Wednesdays, I go over the market environment dossier table. This is a table I created just to kind of get my thoughts organized in an easier way to communicate to you in a more objective manner what I'm seeing in the market. And right now it's a push. We do have a lot of 4-hour 12 EMAs that are holding right now. We are looking for weekly lower highs. I have Bitcoin marked off as the wild card, so just remember that. And before I get too deep into my charts, we have a membership trial starting tomorrow. You're the first person to know about it. This will not be live until tomorrow. We do free trials once a quarter, I believe. So it starts tomorrow, May 1st. I'm going to put the link here. It won't be live until tomorrow. You're the first to know. And we limit it. It is view only because we don't want to disrupt chat, but you can see what we're about. So there's that link. And then Monday, we have an open house, Cinco de Mayo. Free trial starts tomorrow. And then we have an open house. An open house will, with Charting Man Dan, this is just where you can see how the sausage is made. Dan goes live on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern. And he takes us through the market open and he shares his technical observations with us. And it's a great way for you to see what we're about and what our style is. All right, so economic calendar, GDP just came out. We'll take a look at that. Looks like the market's bouncing just a little bit. All right, so starting with ES. Bouncing and then going back in. So 55.21. is that key support, 55.21. We have a 4-hour head and shoulders breaking bear. We're losing the 4-hour 12 EMA. So on ES, the bigger pictures, we're looking for a weekly lower high. Now, do I think this is the be all end all this morning and we're going to dump forever? No. I think it's going to come down to earnings and earnings reactions, whether we can get a sustained bounce going. We've had a great bounce from last Monday. What's a great bounce? Let's see. About a 9% bounce from last Monday's low to yesterday's high. I would say that's a great bounce. So on NASDAQ, how much did we bounce? 11%. That's a great bounce. On NASDAQ, we just lost this 378. So the 4-hour head and shoulders is confirmed on NQ. So down we go. So the wild card I have marked off is Bitcoin. Don't want to forget that. So on RTY, we've lost 4-hour support. We've lost 4-hour 12 EMA. Daily inside bar breaking bear on the Russell. The Dow's holding up a little bit better. They had Caterpillar earnings this morning. The Dow is still losing hourly support and 4-hour support, joining its brothers. Now remember, every time I talk about a squeeze is a non-directional indicator, and that's this indicator down here. And squeezes just indicate that the Bollinger Bands or Keltner channels are compacting and squeezing, and we have pressure building. That pressure tends to get released, and in what direction, we don't know, but that release tends to have follow through. So on SMH, I would say this is the most important sector for me today. We are gapping down. Daily inside bar. It's technically not an inside bar. We broke the prior day high by 4 pennies, but come on. What's 4 pennies among friends? We're breaking this daily inside bar bear. We're still looking for a daily higher low. Despite this bearishness this morning, I don't think it's game over for bulls, but we have to respect these trends and respect what we've been saying is the 4-hour 12 EMA is our guide. And right now we've lost that. So bears definitely have the advantage. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't go out there trying to buy all these dips immediately. You need to have a technical reason, an edge to get in. VIX is breaking up. We have 4-hour resistance at 25.99. So we have a little fundamental shift here on VIX. VIX is showing the fear is entering the market. Hang Seng was green overnight. DAX was bigger green, but it's breaking down now. I am assuming on market correlation and GDP, bearish reaction. Bitcoin has been unable to get through that 95,500, 95,652. Double daily inside bars on Bitcoin. We're still holding this 4-hour 12 EMA. Look at this squeeze. So my general bias from my experience is RSI over 50. I lean more bullish on the squeeze, and we're still over 50 here on this tight 4-hour squeeze on Bitcoin. However, if the market decides to roll over, it could bring Bitcoin with it, or Bitcoin could do its own thing. Bitcoin has had a heavy correlation to NASDAQ. However, it can separate and do its own thing. I will be watching Bitcoin and specifically coin today. We broke this hourly EQ bullish. We still have hourly support here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin could be a bear laggard to the market. We'll have to watch. Dollar got some strength overnight, 4-hour uptrend. Still looking for a daily lower high, but we did get a daily inside bar bull break. And man, gold started its consolidation. So gold's still holding 32.70. And that is last week's low, 32.70. We're looking for a weekly higher low. 4-hour did not get oversold. I don't like gold here long or short. I prefer to look long with 4-hour oversold. Oil, potential 4-hour bear flag. This does not look good. And we have oil inventory today. Yeah, hit that like button, Fat N. Thank you. Yeah, you are a good boy. Hey, Joyride. Aoking, yeah, he is a good boy. Hey, Fat N, good man. All right, so Nat Gas has had a big break and we're falling back now. We have enough room for a potential daily higher low. 4 hour is holding support right now on nat gas. I don't like nat gas here either. All right, Apple has earnings tomorrow after hours. Apple has not lost yesterday's low yet. We have a daily stair step on Apple. We are losing the 4 hour 12 EMA. We have an hourly squeeze. We could get some follow through on a breakdown. We're losing that 50 MA. I'm just not keen to short a name that has earnings tomorrow. Amazon is gapping down. Nope. That can't be right. Let me just check this. 183.68. Yep. We're gapping down. 183.68 is yesterday's low. Right now we have a small gap down on Amazon. I would be interested in Apple or Amazon at oversold conditions. And it would depend on where the market is. Is it close to support? And I'll be taking a look at that. When I'm done with this show in 12 minutes, then I go over in 22 minutes. So at 9 a.m. Eastern, I get started with our members and I take us through live and I just call out trades, technical observations, any trades that I'm taking. NVIDIA is still weak. Double daily inside bars breaking bear. Now we have breaking bad. We have a gap down here. Not all gaps have to be filled. Just be aware of it. 99.81. So we're looking for a daily higher low on NVIDIA. And we're approaching hourly oversold. You don't have a support nearby in this area. Let's see. What's our next support? 103.11 is the next support. And then 102.02. So NVDA, we're looking for a daily higher low. We have double daily inside bars breaking bear. This does not bode well for the market. I shared this trend line with members yesterday. When the trend line is so easy, my little nephew could draw it, then that's a pretty obvious one, and we've got an obvious bear break of that line. Tesla's holding yesterday's low. Tesla has been a bull machine. We were up 2% yesterday, but still a daily inside bar because of that big move on Monday. So we're rejecting here at the daily 200 MA on Tesla. Tesla dips have been amazing. We'll see if bulls still have an appetite to buy the dip, or do we get some meaningful consolidation. Yeah, this one's not as obvious, so I'm not gonna, let's look at the hourly. Yeah, I don't like that one either, but we do have a 279.47 is yesterday's low. Tesla has been a bull. If I'm gonna look to buy dips, I'd like to buy dips in Tesla because they've been consistently bouncing, but I need to see bulls with me on the trade. As far as Queen of the Mountain trades, ARK, you little sucker. ARK daily inside bar, rejecting at the daily 200 MA. I like this bearish. We're looking for a weekly lower high on ARK. And I like this one short. Maybe we'll get a bounce to short. Gap rules apply. If you're a TCG member, I have the gap rules video uploaded in educational content. And what that means is when on a gap up or gap down, in this situation, a gap down, when bears push it below the prior day low and then protect and defend the prior day low as resistance, that is a short signal. So as long as ARK bears are defending 50.77, this is a short. I like ARK short. Coin daily inside bar breaking bear. We have a 4 hour head and shoulders. Here 197.42. I need to clean up my notes on. Okay, on coin, I had some notes that I had typed myself. So on coin, we have a potential 4 hour bear flag. We have an hourly squeeze. I like this one short. Now, as long as bears defend 203.14 as resistance. Nike, I like short. These names are already falling. Dang it, dang it, dang it. So this is a weird correlation, but if you've been trading a while, you know Starbucks and Nike tend to trade in pairs, I like to call it. And Starbucks is down on earnings. And Nike had this daily tightening range, 4-hour squeeze, 4-hour equilibrium, ding, ding, ding. I love this tightening range on Nike. So maybe we'll get a bounce to short. So on these gap downs, you're looking for a bounce up to yesterday's low to hold as resistance and bears defend, and that would be your signal. XLE, I like as a laggard play to oil. You can see, I'll draw a rough. Any of you trend line, please come after me. Just so you can see the general visual, this is a daily potential rising wedge, and we are now gapping down. Oil has been down for a few days. XLE hasn't joined it. I liked XLE short yesterday, and I like it short even more today. So on XLE, I like it short as long as bears defend yesterday's low. ERY. ERY is energy bear. This could be a way for you to trade, or XLE short is to trade ERY long. It's a 2 times leverage. So just a thought. So those are my Queen of the Mountain trades. All right. Rocky Mountains are beautiful. I know. I love the Rocky Mountains. Okay, SoFi. SoFi is breaking bear. They had earnings yesterday. They're losing the earnings reaction low, 1264. That's important. I would rather short it on a bounce up to the $13 area versus chasing the short here, but this definitely looks like a good short. Daily stair step breaking bear. Sol. Sol has double daily inside bars. Our second daily inside bar is forming. We got a weekly higher high. On the daily, we're looking for a higher low. We're breaking this 4-hour. Hourly EQ is breaking bear. You have resistance at 148.04, 148.70, support 145 and 144.69. This doesn't look good. When you have a tightening range, it's been tightening for a while here, and this one has been since Sunday, you typically are going to get some follow through on breaks like that. Humana had earnings this morning, having a bullish reaction. I like that pairs trade on long Humana, short UNH. Humana obviously did better on earnings than UNH did. UNH crapped the bed. It's a bad word, kids. So UNH, as long as we hold yesterday's high as support, that is a long signal. And UNH is slightly green, probably on Humana's sympathy. This is a dog until proven otherwise. We're at 52-week lows. I think you're looking down at $400 psychological. And just because a name is beat up, that's alone is not a reason to buy it. You need a technical level and you need an edge. And bounces are for shorting until bulls prove otherwise on Humana. We have dropped $200 on Humana. And we have yet to get over the hourly 50 MA. Tesla's breaking the low of yesterday. All right. Cigna has earnings. Cigna has earnings Friday morning. They're slightly green on Humana. Correlation, just a heads up. The other two names I like long for swing is Cost. If the market's weak today, it's not the day to be looking at longs yet. I like 960 as support on Cost. I like this daily squeeze. Oh, Cost has dividend. Dividend date is Friday, $1.30 to be aware of. TJX, I like the store, and I like this 4-hour squeeze. TJ Maxx has been a pretty bullish chart. Potential weekly bull flag. You're welcome. All right, y'all have a great day. I'm going to wrap up and go boot up the stream. For TCG members, don't forget we have free trials start tomorrow. You're the only people that know about this. We limit the number of free trials that we have. You can click on that link. It'll be live tomorrow. And then we have open house Monday with Charting Man Dan. That's free for you just to see how the sausage is made. Y'all have a great day. Give me a follow on X at CharkAlLori and hit that like button, please. Use stop losses.